All right, what's up, duelists? It's been
What the
it's been a fucking weekend. It's been a fucking weekend. I'm here with. You guys want to introduce yourselves or?
Cameron the Saunders.
Yes.
The Saunders.
And
I'm the frog guy.
Frog guy. We're here bringing you the first RBET IRL top 8 deck lists. Look at all these papers we had to sort through to bring you this content, folks. It's currently 3:30 a.m. That's why it's so fucking dark in here in the Airbnb. And we got some lists for you guys. Can you guys see the list all right? Can you see the list?
Totally.
Can you see the list all right?
I've already seen them already, too.
All right, hell yeah. So what have we got here in front of us? This is Beast Mode's top 8, 5th place, because there's 4 5th place players in Swiss, right?
Yeah.
So this 5th place Diva Zombie deck list with triple Legacy of Yatagrasu, triple Deep Prison. What do you guys think about this shit?
This is his 4th Ribbit top.
It is.
Yes.
He got 3 last season. Now this season, he also topped Ribbit Rulers.
Yes.
We were saying before the event that we knew he had Legacy, and we knew I had Dark Dust Spirit, so we had a feeling that it would match up. Yeah.
Did he actually Legacy draw 2 against you?
No, unfortunately. The stars didn't align. We didn't play.
Oh, that would have been really funny. That would have been really funny. Yeah, the deck list looks like everything that you could possibly want from a deck like this. I actually really like 2 Diva. I'm not a big 3 Diva fan. I also don't like having Mally in this deck because this deck already bricks to shit, so...
I think the 3rd Diva is for the Future Fusion, mostly.
Yeah, it's only just for Future Fusion. Yeah. Or Miracle if you play that. That's like the Zero special.
I like a 3 Legacy over like just doing upstarts or something because the deck has so many 8k kills.
Yeah, exactly. Plus the Legacy can get you actual +1s, which upstart can rarely ever do.
Yeah.
Like
they can just like hit it with MSC and
exactly. Heavy Storm, whatever. Yeah. Sideboard is very straightforward, just like the best cards, Cyber Dragon, DD Crow, Dust Tornado.
Plays 1 smashing. I don't hate it. I mean, it gets rid of stupid stuff like Thunder King and
Vanities, that sort of thing. Christia, just whatever you need.
I think Roghnach was really bad going into this meta because the SoCal meta is mostly hero beaten Blackwing. That's what, upon going to the venue the day before the tournament and walking around and talking to people, scouting it out a little bit, they were telling us everyone in SoCal plays hero beat Blackwing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I already wasn't signing Roghnach because I don't think it's great in my deck anyway, but I don't think you can sign Roghnach here.
Yeah, Roghnach was pretty bad going into this event, and zombie players nowadays, game 2 and 3, they're already not setting their monsters just to play around Roghnach specifically. So it's just there for Raikou hamster decks, which was honestly, according to the usage statistics, 0% of the field.
Yeah, it's just, how many people play Value Turbo?
Well, there was a good amount of people who played Value Turbo. I think it was 6 or 7 people who play it, but they all got beat the fuck out.
I faced 2 of them actually.
Did you really? Did you win both times?
No, I won.
But I mean, also Value Turbo is there might have been a quick draw player or 2, but it's the only real hamster Raikou deck too.
Yeah, that or Christia Sworn. I think there was 2 or 3 Christia Sworn players, but they did very poorly. So, yeah, I don't know.
Monster Gamer, who won Ribbit 3. Was one of them. He went 0-5.
He went 0-5 with Christian Sworn. It was a tough competition. RBET winners suffering. All right, next deck list. Fuck it. We've seen Beast Mode top before. This is Joaquin's Hero Beat deck list. It's got the Divas and the Gilmans. Main deck Thunder Kings. It's Hero Beat.
I played this guy in the final round of Swiss.
You beat him, right?
I beat him. I 2-0'd him.
You beat him. Yeah, so spoiler alert, Cameron also top 8s. We'll get to his list in a second. Yeah. I feel like we'll talk more about Hero Beat. Oh, this is not the right extra deck, by the way. I know someone in the comments is going to be like, why did you have 3 Allied Boost Ravens? This is not the right extra deck. I just forgot to copy it. But this is pretty much it. You'll see the list that Cameron has. I think you guys have the same extra deck, if I remember correctly.
He probably hasn't played Urquiza. So.
Yeah, because that was Murray's
recommendation. Yeah, so I don't hate the Thunder Kings. I think you already have a lot of normal summon because most of the time I don't consider Gilman a normal summon because you're trying to only get him off a Diva. But in this deck, I mean, you can actually clog it up. He can be a real normal summon.
Yeah, I don't hate Thunder King in general. If you play this card, you could do a lot worse.
I think the one DD Warrior Lady's cute as well. He doesn't main Storm, which I think is wrong.
Yeah, the Book of Moon is weird champ.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's all the same to me. It's hero beat. It's beat hero, beat the hero off. And speaking of which, we also have your list, which is the next list here. Is there anything you want to say? Congratulations on your top, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank
yeah,
you.
well done.
The Gorz was nuts all weekend. I went. I summoned multiple Gorzes on people.
Really?
They just did not expect it.
You summoned the second Gorz and they're like, Judge? No, yeah, Gorz was sick, dude. It actually, it looked really good in the matches that we saw it.
Yeah, I went 6-0 Swiss in the IRL RBET, and then lost in time in top 8 to a frog player who wound up winning the event, so I can't be too mad.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, yeah. Then tonight we had a PS5 tournament in Fontana. I went 5-1 in Swiss. I lost to a Lightsworn player doing Lightsworn things. And I got top 4, and in my top 8 match, my opponent had an Armor Master, and I was on 33. And he just attacks me for 25. I drop the Gorz, so I'm walled up completely. And I just stall the game out until I draw a Miracle and kill him.
Clear the Armor Master for game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gorz is insane, especially when you don't expect it.
Did you ever get to use the Gorz token with Honest?
Yes.
That's sick. That's a sick
I
interaction.
believe, I may be misremembering, but I do believe I honested over with the Gorz token.
That's based.
Yeah, every other card was very perfect. The 2 e-call, I was iffy on it. Like, there were sometimes I didn't have any heroes. Every game that I lost, except for, like, the ones in time, were to the fact that I just did not see a hero. But, those games I also didn't draw the Gorz. So...
You just had no monsters in general.
Yeah, so it's like... The Gorz not being the e-call was never the reason I didn't have monsters. I just was horrendously unlucky.
I would say, like, honestly, if I were to play a list like this, I would just go up and e-call and just play 41 cards.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I'm not...
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's just
As
me.
far as the side goes, Thunder King put in the most work of anything.
Yeah.
Blackwing here, I mean, like, if people told me Blackwing here going to be the 2 most popular decks, I'm like, okay, I'll side Thunder King. It's also good against zombies.
Yeah.
Ran over several goblin zombies with it on the field.
Negate the synchro too.
Yeah.
If that comes up. Yeah, it's pretty solid.
The 1 Compulse was also great versus zombies.
This card's insane right now. I think this is like one of the best cards in the game right now. Like, against Hero Beat, people will say it's bad against Hero Beat, but it's actually insane. Like, if they spark target your monster, you can compulse the monster, and then they don't get the draw, which is insane. Also, like, if you bring it in versus Blackwings, you can, like, stop the normal summon, out-tempo them. Or you can do stuff like, let's say you summon Caius, you banish the card. If they, like, bottomless your Caius, you can compulse it versus them. Or if they spark your Caius, you go up, like, 1,000,000.
Yeah. So. And a lot of people have been cutting the Phoenix Wing from this, but I like the 1 Phoenix Wing a lot.
Yes.
I did, like, the most professional play of all time with this Phoenix Wing. It was in the Hero Beat Mirror. I played 2 Hero Beat Mirrors, one in the final round and one in the 5th round. So in the 5th round, he has a Snowman Eater set. I don't know it's a Snowman Eater, but I know it's a Snowman Eater. And he has a Future Fusion on turn 2 with a 0 coming. So so instead of giving him the chance to Future Fusion next turn again, I let it come out and then I Phoenix Wing the 0. And I Starlight the 0 and I get Stardust specifically to negate the Snowman Eater when I attack into it.
Genius.
Yeah, great play. He had Granville. I lost that game.
Fucking Granville, dude. Was Granville good for you or did
Granville was insane.
Yeah, really
today I actually never, like, it almost never came up in the RBET, but in the PS5 tournament, I played against a zombie player who had 1 set monster and he had, like, no trap cards. And I just had a Stratos and I just summoned Granville and kept him off his normal summon and just beat him down.
GG's. Alright, next list. Shut the fuck up, Cameron.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Next list is actually my boy, Derek Garcia. Shoutouts, Derek. Dude, this is my day 1. We actually grew up, like, playing the game together, so pretty happy to see him win.
This is Monster Gamers list.
It's Monster Gamers exact list. So this is Monster Gamer. Derek and I kind of, like, grew up playing together. Monster Gamer won, I think it was, like, RBET 3 or RBET 4 or something like that. And he won with this exact list, main deck. Now, the side deck has some really interesting changes. The first one I want to point out is he was side decking Cypher Soldier because Hero Beat was everywhere. This card is actually kind of insane versus Hero Beat.
Dude, if someone had flipped Cyber Soldier on me, like, at that tournament, I mean, it would have been on, dude. Like, you would have had a violent scene.
Yeah. Have you ever cited this card before?
I feel like if you're gonna cite something specifically for Hero Beat, wouldn't you cite Prohibition?
You could, yeah, but this guy deals damage, and Prohibition doesn't, you know. And this guy can also deal with like a resolved like 0, you know.
Sure.
This guy attacks over Jane.
Yeah, he's pretty much like. I feel like this card's never bad versus Hero Beat unless they specifically have like a turn 1 android or something from the Diva.
Yeah.
Whereas like stuff like Prohibition, if they already have the alias in play, Prohibition just is completely blank. Like going second, Prohibition does nothing.
Well, it depends because like once you spark, you can spark the Prohibition.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, so I think Cypher Soldier is like, even though it's not as like much of a shutout as something like Prohibition, it's still solid. I could be
it's
wrong.
clearly really strong.
Yeah, you
I
could also.
I haven't used it.
You could also
use it in Go format.
Oh, for sure. You could also bring it in versus like Diva Hero and just run over 0s with it.
I guess.
I like knocking the side deck of Blackwings more than Hero Beat. Because in Hero Beat, you don't really give too much of a crap about Raikou or Hamster. But, like, you really hate Raikou and Hamster in Blackwing.
I still think it was a bad meta.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's good. I still don't think it was like, good for the meta. But, like, at the very least, it's more defensible in Blackwings.
Yeah, for sure. I would be curious to see how often he cited them in. Like, Derek, if you're in the comments, let us know how much you cited them in. All right, next deck list. So we're getting into top 4 here. That was the last 5th place deck list. This is top 4. This is another hybrid Blackwing. So there are 3 Blackwings in top 8. All 3 of them are playing Dark Grepher. I think this is like, I've said this on the channel a bunch of times. I think this is the best way to play Blackwings. I know a lot of people disagree with that, or a lot of people have varying opinions. But I think that, like, especially in a tournament with, like, 40-minute timers, like, you just need fast, aggressive plays. I think also in the Hero Beat meta, having a fast Armed Wing is really good because it outclasses everything in that deck besides Android. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about, like...
I think this is insane, not because of Grepher or anything, but look at his side deck. He does not main any Aggresses, but he sides 1 copy of it.
Yeah, that's actually the biggest thing about this list. So he has no Icaruses. He has the Compulse in the main. He has, like, all the, like, standard, like, spot removal traps.
The thing about Blackwings, Icarus is the card that lets you be aggressive and, like, ignorant. Because whenever they use a trap card, now you have Icarus and you go plus with it.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, like, at the end of the day, the Blackwing monsters are so good that, like, you can just 1-for-1 into back row and probably still win because of Whirlwind.
Yeah, but it's like...
I do think that you should main some number of Icarus. Like, it's probably, especially in a Hero Beat Blackwing meta.
I've seen lists cut down to Icarus, I don't hate that. Because, like, it can be pretty early game.
What's interesting is, like, you guys saw Dimitri's list from the last one, right?
Yeah, he played Dark Illusion.
Dark Illusion.
Oh, yeah.
No Icarus.
Yeah, I like that, actually.
Yeah, it was
good.
Really interesting. Illusion for, like, Spark and, like, Monarchs and shit.
I think it's
I think Dark Illusion's fine. I think No Icarus is insane.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's an under-explore card.
Next list. Oh, wait. One more card.
Yeah, we really need
We were talking about the Doom Cow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it could be a good idea.
This
for, like,
crazy. We should...
Hamster, Raikou, Drill Warrior kind of stuff.
Yeah. The Doom Caliber is a good tech. I think early on in, like, 2020, when I was, like, first getting back into Edison format, I had a list that was, like, it was pretty standard Blackwings, no Grepher, but I had 2 Doom Calis in the main as well, for the reasons that you mentioned, the Hamster and the... Just going
and
for
Spies
game.
were popular at the time.
Yeah, Spies too, yeah. Just, like, clear set monster going second or whatever. All right, next list.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one that I probably clickbaited. This is crazy. Did you watch any of his games?
No.
He beat me.
He beat you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I know, man.
How did you feel about it?
I mean, it's Gadget. Like, I like the story of there being, like, this hype Gadget player who just takes down a bunch of like, strong players who, like, I don't know, like, the guy was cool too, so, yeah. He invited me to Mexico, by the way, to play in, like, Edison Mexico tournaments.
That's fucking base, dude. Are you gonna go?
I'd love to.
That's gonna be so
If I
sick.
can go to American tournaments from Ireland, then why can't I go to Mexican tournaments?
Exactly,
Sounds dope.
dude. That sounds so fun. This list is insane. It's
He mains Nobleman.
He does main Nobleman. We were talking about how bad it is in the side, and he's maining it, which
Yeah,
is
like-
even...
I see that a lot online.
Yeah, in gadgets or
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, there's literally nothing that makes me more mad than when I go like load up against a DV random and like I set Raikou, and it's like gadgets with Nobleman main, and I'm like, what the fuck?
And then you still win anyway, but it takes 18
Massive
years
Yeah,
because you have to
yeah,
go
exactly.
through all the gadgets.
It's like,
This list looks honestly really good.
I hate the One Piece Keeper so much, dude. I do not think the One Piece Keeper is good. I think you should play creature swapping gadgets, and then maybe you can justify the Peacekeeper, but just Peacekeeper, no creature swap.
Doesn't Peacekeeper need to be on your side of the field? No, it's on any side of the field. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I think this list looks good. Honestly, I think it looks good. You have Solidarity, which is the best card in the deck. It's like your glorious anthem.
Yeah, you normal summon the Cyber Dragons instead of gadgets.
Exactly. Like, it turns your gadgets into real cards for one card, which is amazing. You have Rivalry, which I think is not good against heroes or Blackwings, but it beats the synchro strategies.
It doesn't beat frogs either.
It does kind of beat frogs. If they set up dupe frog.
Yeah, they set up Duplo, then it doesn't. But if they're just going too
It can be good against frogs if you know how to use it.
Yeah.
You should probably like be a frog player first, and then figure out like what would hurt the frog player most.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Rivalry, even with the shitty errata. I think it's just like one of those cards that you have to know when it's good.
Let's talk about the Possessed Dark Soul.
Yeah, that's...
I'm surprised I didn't see that. Like, it didn't come up in our match. I suppose because he has like 44 cards, so it's probably hard to draw.
Yeah, he probably just didn't draw it. But this card decided to steal the dupe block from frogs. If you really hate losing to frogs...
He started the needle sealing, actually. I saw that one.
You see, he saw... Did he use it against you?
No, I just MST'd it like turn one.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Needle sealing is really good against frogs. This guy hates frogs. I can already tell. He's got triple D-Fissure, Possessed Dark Soul, Needle Sealing, main deck Rivalry. He just...
Literally, not a single one of them came in against me. Like, only the needle sealing. And everything else was just like, I opened really slow. He just had Solidarity and like a bunch of like push, and that was it.
Yeah.
I died.
That's how the deck wins, dude.
Yeah.
Is it just has like Solidarity, Machina Fortress, and you die in 2 turns.
Yeah.
Solidarity is definitely the best card in the deck. What I actually think would be nice to see is if this deck dropped down to 40 cards just so you could see Solidarity more consistently.
Yeah, just cut the Nox and the Rivalries, honestly.
Yeah. You could board.
Or actually, you could cut the Nox and the Peacekeeper.
You could cut the Nox, you could cut 1 Rivalry, and you could just like cut 1 Dust Tornado. I don't see why you need...
There's a lot of things you can cut here, I think.
Yeah, and then just... You could cut 3 gadgets.
Actually,
honestly.
I think you should play Triple Force.
Triple Force or Triple Fortress?
Force. I think you should...
Really?
Yeah, I think you should.
Surely want Fortress a lot more, no?
Well, no, one...
I never understand this. Like, why would you... I
One,
feel like...
one fortress is every fortress, and every force is just a searchable reborn from a
But
fortress.
it's still like 50% of like, say like turn 5, but by like turn 5, right?
Yeah, yeah.
With only 5 copies of Fortress.
Oh, sure.
Like,
I mean,
a
you should
significant
probably
amount of time.
still play 3 fortress.
Okay,
My
fair. Yeah.
Icon Gadget list, I play 3 of each.
Alright, next
Yeah.
list. Second place. Second place we have Daniel number 2. No, I'm just kidding. Daniel topped, again, with Hybrid Blackwings.
What was his surname again?
Gosh, you made me look this shit up. Where are those papers? Hold up. Welcome back to the new. In today's news,
It
we've
was
got.
a really awkward jump cut.
I'm not editing this. It's going straight up. It's going on the internet. Daniel Dominguez. Shout out Daniel Dominguez.
I'm sorry.
That's the boy, dude. Local legend, Daniel Dominguez.
Oh yeah, he was such a cool guy though.
Such a cool dude.
I love him.
Absolute Chad. He got second place with Hybrid Blackwings. Also on Burial, which is a card that I've had very little success with. Every time I play it, I brick on it. So I don't know how the fuck he pulled it off. This is like probably the list that looks the most like a list that is
You expect.
yeah, a quote unquote stock list. Let's take a look at the sideboard. Also the most like stock sideboard.
I've seen this exact side deck in Blackwings 100 times.
Yeah, I've seen this exact side deck before too. I've played this exact side deck before. It's like 2 of all of the cards you would expect to see.
And then the second version.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and then the main deck. Yeah, the only card that's like really out of place is like the Burial or like the third Bora is missing, but it looks really solid. He played really well throughout the day. Like, he was just like consistently outplaying his opponents.
Yeah, I mean he's playing a good list. If you're a good player playing a good list, you just get there.
Yeah, and speaking of a good player playing a good list, we have our first place list, which Roghnach is going to tell us all about. This is first place Frog Monarch Heroes with a Tech Turbo Rocket and Junk Synchron. So it's Frog Synchro Monarch Heroes. First place, 43 cards from Anthony. Oh my god, I can't. How do I pronounce his last name?
It's Hawaiian. He's like.
I can't read your writing.
I think it's not my writing.
Oh, damn.
I think it's
I think we're pretty much guaranteed to slice this name up.
I know.
have no idea.
Hold up. We're gonna figure it out. It's P.
It's Pualioa.
Puailoa.
Yeah. Pualioa.
What do you guys think of his deck? What do you guys think of it? It looks solid to me. I mean, the only thing that like really jumped out at me at first was that he's got E-Call, he's got Rhoda, he's got Stratos, right? But he doesn't have 1-for-1, which is like the biggest way to capitalize off of having that early Stratos, I feel like.
I mean, yeah, there's that, and there's also the fact that it's 43, and definitely at least 3 of those cards.
To me, it looks random as hell, and I just gotta respect it.
Yeah.
Because, like, some days I just go in to a tournament with the most random list, and, like, people just don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm just like,
he got
whatever I top
that
deck is fine.
Dark Dust Spirit.
Yeah, that
Right?
Dark Dust Spirit was good.
Yeah. Like, it's got some good stuff in it. I like the Turbo Rocket.
The sideboard.
Am I in favor of every single thing in this list? Definitely not. But, like, what a Chad.
I know. He just
I
showed up.
was so proud to see all. And by the way, this guy, he had, like, all the frog stuff. You see? Like, all like the deck box, the
mat, everything, yeah.
So, like, I was there wearing the frog hat, and we were just there, like, being the frog guys. So,
Yeah.
well done to the frog champ.
Hey, you're happy your favorite deck won.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that I get to see a Light and Darkness Dragon in the
Hell
first
yeah.
place deck slot. It's been a while since this card has had any success, but this is a card we talked about a little bit. You said it's very good in the metagame right
It
now.
really is. Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty good. What do you think about Light and Darkness versus like Blackwings and Hero Beat? Like we talked about, like that's the meta, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you land it, it's really, really strong. In my build, it's a bit different because it works a bit differently in my
I
deck.
don't know if it's great versus Hero Beat because, I mean, Chainlink 3
Sometimes.
Spark. And,
But at Chainlink 3 Spark, you're eating 3 cards
Yeah,
and
like-
you get a Reborn. Like that's pretty good,
yeah,
right?
in Frogs you don't nuke your board, you just get a Reborn basically. But like you're not really eating 3 cards because your first one resolves. So.
Well,
Yeah.
it depends on the first one. It depends on the first. Like if your first one is like
If your first one's like a removal to like try and like get rid of the lad, then
You're
yeah,
still too
normally
hard on yourself.
it's gonna be like E-Call, and then we're going to
yeah, the reason it's like insane is like let's say you have turn 1 like Substitute into Swab, and then you set up like your lad somehow with like a Battle Fader or an Econ, and you summon it. Then they spend 2 cards, they out the lad, but they also get back the Substitute. So it's like you spent 2 cards to out nothing.
Yeah.
Which is pretty brutal. I think it's pretty good against Hero Beat, but I could be, I don't know. I fucking know. Doesn't negate Alias. That's all.
Yeah.
3 Battle Fader makes sense with the Dust Spirit. Miracle Fusion. Honestly, I like the discard traps. I think I was talking about this with you not that long ago in Discord where I was like, I actually think the heavy discard traps is like the way to play Frogs with heroes because like you just need a way. Like your first turn of the game is always like kind of minus tempo because you have to swap Frogs and Treeborn or Substitute. You have to get Treeborn down basically. And it's hard to do that without losing an entire turn. So these discard traps can help you buy that turn back later on.
Yeah, but I mean, normally that's with Malicious. That's kind of the idea. Same
Yeah,
with like
I
Future
mean,
Vision,
like
like
Stratus
that's
for Malicious for Phoenix Wing is great. Like that's how me and Roghnach.
yeah,
That was
our idea.
both of your guys' first RBET top? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah. So in this, instead of that, he just has Stratos for something, and then you can discard it to Regeki Break, and it's like neutral, which isn't as good as discarding Malicious, but he can't really brick on double Malicious in this, which is like
Which is
another
how I lost. So,
another upside. This card in his sideboard, Torrential, he has a crazy sideboard. Super Alloy Beast Raptinus and Elemental Hero Guys.
Yeah, he's just
Fucking based. He has those for the super poly targets. It's just based. I don't know what to tell you guys. This list is
I think you
based.
should main the guy because he has Malicious Edge. Like that's
He could main the Gaia.
and Dark Dust Spirit. That's Earth, right?
He could main the Gaia, but then he would have 14 real cards in his sideboard instead of 13. And it would be a less chat list.
Oh, my God.
He would be less based. In any case, thank you guys for tuning into the event. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with these guys. We
Yeah,
did a lot of
yeah.
stuff together. What did we do together? Do you want to do a brief recap? Weekend recap? What did we do?
We went to
A rave.
We went to a rave.
Yeah,
Cameron went
I
to-
didn't go.
Tacos
I'm a
Los Cholos.
loser.
We did go to Tacos.
Great
Los
taco
Cholos.
pizza.
Fucking insane tacos.
We had a lot of Mexican food.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
Got horchata.
Dude, yeah, he's eating some of it now. We got the
Dude,
fucking
yeah.
leftovers. Dude, this is the most scuffed video because I'm hungover. It's 4 a.m. We
We
gotta take Cameron to the airport.
Yeah,
we're
like,
leaving in like 2 minutes.
We
Yeah.
went to Frankenstein's. That's it.
oh, Frankenstein's
was
was
sick.
tight. Yeah,
Oh
Frankenstein's
my god,
was fucking
we got amazing
sick,
cards.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was some cool shit. I got like a rainbow Pokemon
It's
card.
like nerd mecca in
Yeah,
California.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it was
so
hella
good.
sick. What else? We did some other shit. Oh, you guys played in a fucking PS5 tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna like record a video about that too.
Yes, stay tuned. PS5 IRL deck profiles coming soon. And one final last thing from your boy, RBET IRLs. They're going to be happening more. So, yeah, as a result of that one being such a success, I've had a lot of people reach out, and we're going to do more in the SoCal area. We're going to do more in every other area, hopefully. And I hope to see you guys there. Info coming soon.
Peace out.
Peace out.